kids played in. So.
Yeah. So thanks for that.
I'm like, well, I mean, what's going on? I know what's going on here. Did they lose something? You want me to go look for it?
Beautiful herd of deer that was there, they're homeless now.
Yeah, you killed off the wildlife population. I'm always like, well, that's nice, but my kids are now playing there in that field. They also sleep there in that field, and so there we go.
Finally, our third thing. Salt Lake City is proposing a camping ban.
Oh, boy.
Now, this would...
Haven't we done this before?
Well, apparently they're more serious about it. But
I've watched the camping ban try to be enforced up Beck Street up here for decades, I feel like, and it's not happening.
It's super, super controversial.
Yeah.
And you get it. Salt Lake has always made an earnest effort to serve the homeless population. I think that can be said of them. They haven't always gotten it right, but they have always approached it with a lot of good faith and honest effort, and which is more than I can say for a lot of cities in Utah. But Salt Lake's always done that. But
Salt Lake is nice to the homeless population, except for this when they roll in and say you can't camp anymore. How dare they?
And I get it, man. I get it. It's tough to be homeless, and like these people really need help. But at the same time, you got to get some control.
We got to figure out. We got to figure out how to make sure that your kids can walk around and have it be. Like, I've tried to convince Mike. I tell everybody. I scream for how we are. We're big downtown advocates.
Yeah,
and we have been for a long time. And then we go, but it's still hard to convince my family to come down and to do some things in different places here because there are moments where you're okay.
And honestly, I think that's overstated. Is Salt Lake City a dangerous place? No.
No.
It is overstated, but it is a health risk. It does make things terribly ugly. It really impacts the reputation of Salt Lake. Could you get into a dangerous position? Yes, of course you could. But I think it'd be silly to avoid Salt Lake because you think it's too dangerous. That's irrational.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
that's
no,
irrational.
Of course.
But yeah, I kind of see both sides on this, honestly. Do these people need help? Yes. But do we also need to control the sidewalks?
So what are the things that have changed with this? Because we've seen quote unquote camping bans before. So what's different with this one?
So it would tighten up rules on camping on sidewalks and public properties.
Yes.
Also, it would apply to people camping in vehicles, which has been a growing problem.
We just got a text this morning. Somebody even said that too. They're like, hey, there's a standoff between police and a homeless individual in an RV. Yeah. And I thought, and I was like, okay, right when we're about to get into this story, and here we are.
Well, this is where it's a little bit tough because you want to be sensitive to the fact that sometimes people live in their car and it's legit transitional housing for whatever. People getting back on their feet, people leaving bad relationships. The cars are sometimes transitional housing, and you kind of got to be empathetic towards them.
No, I get it.
But at the same time, this does represent a law and order problem in Salt Lake, and I think that's what the city's kind of feeling. That they've got to find a way to thread that needle a little better than they have been.
All right, here's what we've got. We've got to take our first break of the day.
All right.
Ethan, welcome to the program, by the way. We didn't get to do our regular stream today, which it already feels. I feel like I don't know what to do with my hands here in the studio. We didn't have our normal warm up here, so I don't know if I need to start making fun of you right now. Like if we break the ice a little bit to make sure we're back in that space of having some fun here.
You can make fun of me in our next segment.
I'll do it
when we get a Honda Virus cruise update.
Oh, we do have.
If you thought I was going to let that go, you were.
I was hoping that you would. I was hoping you were going to let it go, but the problem is that first week of us doing Brightside together again on the radio side of things, and you cannot let go some of the dumb stories that have caught our attention this week. And we can't. It's just part of how things work. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back. You can always hit us with a text, 57500. That is the text line number right here, KSL00. Do it safely. 57500. Weigh in on anything that you hear on the program. And you can always dip in on the stream on our YouTube channel, on the KSL News Radio. On the KSL News Radio. Wait, does News Radio have a YouTube page? I'm over here looking at it like I should. Yes.
KSL News.
KSL News. So and then also on top of it, you can stream it on the Brightside, the KSL Brightside page as well.
That's where you should.
And then any place that you find podcasts, of course, we put those podcasts up as soon as these things are done, and then we get you going for the rest of your day here. We'll take a quick break. We will come back. When we do come back, we thought the Spirit Airlines story was going to go away, but somebody's trying to revive it in a crazy way, and that is you too can be an owner of Spirit Airlines. if we have enough money, Ethan, we can pull this thing together and travel for $48 to Las Vegas. We'll talk about it next right here on KSL Brightside, 102.7 FM, 1160 AM. We'll be right back.
It's the time of year when so many wonderful things are happening. First of all, we've got Mother's Day just around the corner. We also have a lot of engagement activities, even some early spring weddings. And of course, we have graduations and so much more. It's time to make your reservations at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Either location, right in the heart of downtown Salt Lake City. If you're going to be up in the mountains, they're right there, Hotel Park City, with the very best meal you have ever had. It awaits you at either locations. Now, of course, I love to talk about the steaks. The ribeye is my absolute favorite. Each and every steak is cooked to perfection. But of course, there are other wonderful entrees as well, whether it be seafood or poultry or a specialty dish. It is time. Make your reservations for those special occasions that are just around the corner at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, heart of downtown Salt Lake City or Hotel Park City.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself and Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We have locations in Farmington, Riverton, and Sandy.
If you've got a honey-do list with electrical, plumbing, heating, or air conditioning projects on it, Any Hour Services can help. Call Any Hour Services, electrical, plumbing, heating, and air. anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex, the show you didn't know you needed and still don't on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millett. I got Alex Geary here. Thanks for the text from Sheldon.
Oh, boy.
Sheldon's complimenting my Visit Ogden endorsement.
I think the Cheshires hail from
do they?
from that area. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Sheldon,
that sounds right to me.
Remind me if you could text me and remind me.
But I'm serious. So if you want to have a kind of a fun adventure evening, to something different for dinner, take Front Runner up to Ogden. walk the block to 25th Street and enjoy dinner, and then go home. It's amazing. It's so much fun.
Settle down with the Ogden endorsements here, buddy. We gotta figure stuff out.
I just know they're feeling bad because of what they're having to do with parking. That's all I know.
I know. Well,
so I'm just trying to cheer them up a little bit.
Well, we were downtown Ogden for a birthday party for one of our kids for his birthday wanted to do the indoor surfing thing. What is that thing? You guys know
indoor
what I'm
surfing?
talking about? Yeah, indoor surfing. I think that I can't remember. Flo Rida. He's also your favorite rapper. Okay, so the Flow Rider, and so there you go, Millard. I am excited because this next story
it's interesting.
It's a travel situation, and we thought this whole Spirit Airline thing was going to go to bed.
Are we going to hit a vacation club?
We don't have a vacation club.
No.
It's just regular. Right. It's just a regular one.
Just a regular run of the mill segment for us.
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines, of course, has died. And now it is literally a Spirit Airlines.
Oh, yeah. Spirit in the Sky Airlines. That's what it is now, yeah.
And anyway, this YouTube personality, influencer named Hunter Peterson came up with an idea. He posted this on TikTok. And now it's getting some traction, a surprising amount of traction. Let's play this audio for you. This was his proposal to everybody.
Spirit Airlines just went bankrupt, right? I'm the guy that flew Spirit Airlines for 24 hours straight. There's more than 250 million individuals over the age of 18 in the United States. Now, if we took only 20% of them and paid basically the average fare of a Spirit Airlines flight, which is somewhere around $30 to $40, we could buy Spirit Airlines. This is a genius idea. We nationalize Spirit Airlines, owned by the people. Airline's gone. We make a new airline. Let's buy an airline. I should make a Venmo for this.
He said, let's make a Venmo for this. It got so much traction that he was like, okay, bag the Venmo thing because that was a little bit of a joke. We're not doing that.
Right.
We're not doing that anymore. There is a website called letsbuyspirit.com. Are you over there right now, by the way?
Yeah, I'm at letsbuyspiritair.com.
So how is it that $437 million have been pledged so far? And how much did this guy put up? How much is this guy a billionaire or is this guy like
average pledge is $853. He says they're targeting a $1.75 billion. So they've got two numbers.
They're a third of that. They're a third of the way there, though.
Yeah,
now, the $500 million bailout package that they put together failed with the government, so obviously $1.5 billion might be the thing. You've got 17,000 employees that have been left in the lurch, not to mention the countless travelers who can actually get a leg room on a different flight somewhere else now. I love the idea of him flying 24 hours on Spirit, too, because he's like, that was amazing. I flew for 24 hours straight. It was just between Salt Lake and Reno for the entire 24 hours, but man, I did it. I don't know. This guy's obsessed. There are a bunch of people who have this love for Spirit Airlines. I read for you an article today that was so dumb because it was done with zero cheek. It was done. There was no irony to it. There was no tongue in cheek. There was no sarcasm at all. This guy is dead serious about how, quote unquote, Spirit Airlines saved my life. And it was this whole sad story about how, I went in, Spirit Airlines saved my life.
So you're attracted to this headline. You think, okay, what happened? They saved this guy's life. Wow.
I thought that meant that they put him through rehab or something. I don't know what they're talking about. And it was basically like, they allowed me to be able to get out and travel to Disney World because that was a place I loved to go when I was a kid. And
he wasn't saying the Spirit Airlines saved his life.
No,
he was saying, you guys, Spirit Airlines literally saved my life.
Oh, he went full.
That's what he said.
He went full teenager on all of us. He's like, no, literally, Spirit Airlines saved me.
Speaking of teenager, I'm going to get out my cane.
Oh, here comes Old Man Millard.
We're going to have an Old Man Millard moment here. I got two things. Number one, on the website, here's what they're proposing. Every verified member who contributes gets one vote. Equal voting rights, whether you pledge $45 or $45,000. In other words, democratic governance of this airline. Number one.
If I put $5 million into this, by the way, and I have the same voting rights as like a guy that's in New Jersey who put in $50, I'd be upset.
Decisions on major matters, routes, leadership, strategic direction are made collectively by the membership. That's why this is not going to work. Now, number two. Here's my second moment.
Who are these folks running
this
thing?
Play that thing again. Play that audio again.
Well,
I'm gonna roll out my second Old Man Millard moment.
Spirit Airlines just went bankrupt, right? I'm the guy that flew Spirit Airlines for 24 hours straight. There's more than 250 million individuals over the age of 18 in the United States. Now, if we took only 20% of them and paid basically the average fare of a Spirit Airlines flight, which is somewhere around $30 to $40,
Here it is.
We could buy Spirit Airlines.
Right here.
This is a genius idea. We nationalize Spirit Airlines.
Stop.
Owned by the people.
Owned by the people.
What does he
This
think?
is the people. This is the people's airline, Ethan. Come join. It's the people's airline.
What does he think nationalizing is?
I think he thinks that that it's a nationwide effort. That's what he think. That's what he's trying to pitch it as. What he's doing is he's clubbing you over the head with being a Marxist.
Yeah,
come on.
But nationalizing, it has a definition.
Yes, it does.
It has a real. It's a real word with a real definition. And I think this guy just doesn't know.
We try to avoid that. We try to avoid that version of nationalism you're talking about.
No, not nationalism, nationalizing.
Right.
Nationalizing. If he wants to nationalize Spirit Airlines, he needs to call Washington, D.C. He needs to stop this online fundraising, call Washington, D.C., because that's what nationalizing is.
The executive branch, the branches of the government that are really important. You got the executive, legislative, the judicial,
and Spirit
Airlines. You thought you knew everything about civics that you needed to know.
Anyway, that's my old man Millard moment.
But 50. So I want to ask you something real here, and because in my head, I didn't know that was the cheapest fare. I didn't know that. I know that Spirit went cheap on you. But I never knew that the quote-unquote average fare on Spirit Airlines is between $30 and $50 an hour. Or $30 and $50
That doesn't
per
sound
flight.
right to me, but, this guy's the expert.
You never flew Spirit, right?
I never did get a chance to. I did fly Frontier a couple times. I've flown other low-cost carriers, but I never got the chance to fly Spirit. They were never huge here in Salt Lake.
No, but you'd see the yellow. I always got it confused with Sprint. Remember the old? I go, oh, there's one of those Sprint planes. And then the people are like, no, Sprint's no longer with us. And you're like, well, neither Spirit Airlines. So
I'll tell you this, though. Even with my old man response, I actually like what they're doing. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I think it's fun, and I'm interested to watch it roll out. But
we'll see how it goes. All right, we do have a health class coming up here, and I guess Ethan has an update on our ridiculous hantavirus situation that is still plaguing all of us. This affects like nobody, but of course it affects everybody. And so the stories continue to come out about how this is not coronavirus, everybody. This is not COVID-19, or is it? And then they kind of start freaking you out. And, well, we'll talk about it next. And there may or may not be a solution to be able to hit the cruise lines on the cheap. The Spirit Airlines version of cruise is coming up right around the corner. Stay right here with us. It is KSL Brightside.
1:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Claire Scott. KSL's top story this hour. The group behind the data center proposal in Box Elder County is withdrawing their water application. KSL has confirmed the information with the Division of Water Rights. The company says they are planning to reapply in the future. We'll continue to follow this story throughout the afternoon. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. Another state is now redrawing its congressional map following last week's Supreme Court decision. ABC's Brian Clark has details.
Republicans hold 8 of Tennessee's 9 congressional seats, and the Republican-controlled State General Assembly's new map would make it easier for Republicans to sweep all 9. The new map splits up Shelby County across 2 districts. Shelby County is the seat held by Democrat Steve Cohen. The county that's home to Memphis is majority black, and the redrawn map follows the Supreme Court's decision to prohibit the use of race in redistricting. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Other national stories KSL is following. A 6th case of the hantavirus has been confirmed from the cruise ship where the virus has spread. The World Health Organization says they're doing what they can to contact those who were on the ship and to treat those who got sick. Your money at this moment, the Dow is down 333 points. The S&P is down 32 points. And coming up, highs in the 90s next week. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 1:32.
The sources where we get our news matters.
When you listen to Utah's Morning News, we want you to feel the stories are important to you and trustworthy. This is Amanda Dixon.
And I'm Andy Farnsworth. Join us weekday mornings on KSL News Radio.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
KRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KRS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Trying to make sense of the markets? Looking to diversify out of all the craziness? Thinking about tangible assets like precious metals? Listen to The Gold Show with Alan Johnson right here on KSL at 3 p.m. Sunday afternoons. Stay up to date on retirement trends, how the IRA rollover process works, and why investors are turning to physical gold. Alan is a national talk show host with decades of experience in the markets. Tune in for Alan's Insights and The Gold Show this Sunday afternoon at 3.
Since 1947, Whipple Service Champions has been Utah's most trusted name for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. Got a high-priced repair bill from another company and you're just not sure about it? Call Whipple. Get a free, no-pressure estimate or bring us their quote for an honest second opinion. Totally free. Whipple Service Champions, Utah's first place for second opinions since 1947. Call 385-273-7167 for your free estimate today. 385-273-7167.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Earn 4.24% on savings at uccu.com. Here's Michelle Rowe.
Things running smoothly across the Wasatch Front. I-15 running at posted speeds. Not seeing anything to slow you down on any of the belt routes. And if you're headed into or out of Parley's Canyon, that's also in good shape as well. A healthy smile means a healthier life. If you don't have a dentist, visit smileutah.org for more information on community dental health services. Your smile matters. Michelle Rowe in the KSL Traffic Center.
A high of 77 today with mostly sunny skies. On Monday, we're looking at a high of 91 that could break the daily heat record. Right now it is 72, mostly cloudy. I'm Claire Scott from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Now we've got houses, kids, responsibilities.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, we're all grown up. We have pre-diabetes, lower back pain.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller. I got Alex Curie here with me. And if you're interested in buying shares of this new proposed Spirit Airlines, text me, 57500. Text us and let us know. I think it's super interesting.
I thought he made it sound like text me and I'll hook you up. I'm on the team. I'm on the team now.
I have nothing to do with this, and I would never, ever recommend anyone do this. But a lot of people getting into this. It's basically crowdfunding the resuscitation of Spirit Airlines, and I think it's fun, and I'm going to watch it. But Unky Ben texted and he said, nationalize it. Because that was that's how they described it.
Come fly the people's airline.
He says it's yellow. Trump likes yellow things, right? So maybe he'd go for it.
Fly the people's airline of Spirit.
I also got a text from my wife.
Oh. You know what? Said, if this is 2 days in a row of her listening, that's a freaking record. Is that wrong?
It's weirding me out. She says, fix your hair headphone situation. Okay. And I'm not sure what she's talking about. Can you see? I mean, obviously, all this is streaming now. You can go to YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
If you look for KSL Brightside on YouTube, you can just
this
hang
is
with us.
This is bad radio, but I'm with Emily. You look terrible.
Okay. All right. Listen, dozens of passengers have left the hantavirus-stricken cruise ship before they started contact tracing. Now, this is the newest development of this this hantavirus. See how quickly I slipped right back into that?
I love it. Yes.
This hantavirus cruise ship is they're saying that, so now they got a handle on things, but it was after the first death, but before they realized what they were dealing with, a few dozen people left the ship and at different ports and cruised off to other parts of the world. And so they're struggling to try and track these folks down.
Yeah, but what are they going to do?
Contact tracing.
What are they going to do? Because this is not how the virus is passed along, by the way.
Not
and they keep
usually.
It's not even a not usually thing. It's like, it's so ultra rare.
Yes.
So we're not talking about, this is not how, they're like, we need to contact
But it did, but
trace.
they think it did, though. Now, what they're saying is that
could be a new version of it?
No, not a new version, but to pass from person to person, it's really close contact. Like, you and I wouldn't pass it, but you would with your wife, right? It's like that kind of close contact.
I got kissing hantavirus.
That's where you are, right? That's where it has to be. So I think the overall sense is that they're not worried about it passing around like this, but they do want to make sure that everyone understands the risks involved when you're in close contact with other people who might have it. And so they're struggling to track that down. But let me tell you something, Alex.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this hantavirus thing.
Hanta Cruise, by the way, just clearing it up because I know people are going to get them confused. Hanta Cruise and Haunted Cruise are very different.
Yes, this is the Hanta.
And by the way, I'd buy a ticket on a Haunted Cruise.
Well, let me tell you this though.
Mm-hmm.
So, what if you had a cruise line, right? And then you bought a ticket and you're like, yeah, I'm going on a 3-day cruise.
Sure.
You tell work, yeah, I'm going on a 3-day cruise, weekend cruise. And then the cruise line, once you're out to sea, then they go, oh man, you guys, we got hantavirus. Sorry, no one can come back. And then you're stuck for like a week.
Dude.
And then you're in that situation where you can kind of eject a little bit from society, but you didn't have to schedule a 2-week vacation.
And your boss is like, oh, you were on the Hanta Cruise? Oh, shoot. It's like the Saturday Night Live skit. Do you remember the Saturday Night Live skit where they had that company that would make it, if you're late on sending a package to somebody, they would beat it up and the courier would take the heat.
Same thing.
And be like, hey, I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's the same thing. So you schedule it and then you get out to sea and then there's some weird thing.
I love it.
Like the hantavirus, we can't come back to port. It's going to be 2 weeks. And then you just email your boss and you say, I got no control over this.
See, now this person is on the same page that I am that just texted in. We're talking about rat poop again. Now, listen, we didn't bring up rat poop, but Ethan brings up hantavirus, it seems like every dadgum day.
I didn't say a word about the rats.
I will say this.
I talked about contact tracing.
A lot of folks are bringing up a possibility here. There's always a possibility to cash in and make money on something like this. And obviously, if you're in the cruise business, you always have to do this damage control of, that's not us. You know what I mean? Like, that's not us. Some people are leaning into it, though, and you could probably get some deep discounts.
Hey there, Utah. You want to go on a vacation, you much needed getaway with your sweetheart, but you hate spending money and you just push all that anxiety, amount, depression deeper down into your soul, but you also want an all-you-can-eat buffet? Well, Utahns know a thing or two about saving $1 or $2, so why not come on down to Steve's Discount Hantavirus Cruise? That's right. Deep discounts on a cruise of a lifetime. Don't fly to Miami or Los Angeles to catch a cruise. Steve's Discount Hantavirus Cruises set sail from a Great Salt Lake every 4.5 days. Enjoy the beauty of Tooele or Grantsville before setting sail with 5,000 of your closest friends. Explore the beauty of westbound I-80. Steve's Discount Hantavirus Cruise Line spared no expense. You don't have to worry about getting ripped off by the other Discount Hantavirus Cruises. Enjoy the pristine views of the Magna smokestacks, or take a day excursion on an Antelope Island or whatever else is out there. Breathtaking views as your breathtaking virus sets in. Can't spell salmonella without salmon, so come on board and enjoy a wide variety of buffet foods that we picked up at Smith's last week. Listeria, got it. Dysentery, sure. Celebrate the Oregon Trail the way your ancestors did by clinging to dear life in the West Desert. You may be saying, hey, Steve, I thought you were selling fireworks these days. We had our license revoked. Enjoy some of the most exotic, highly contagious, and infectious diseases. Norovirus, check. E. coli, you betcha. Legionnaire's disease, don't know what it is, but we got it. Touch of COVID, RSV. Come check out our cruise entertainment with live performances from our in-house band, Gastrointestinal Distress. So come on down. Our cruise is departing every 4.5 days from our travel offices inside the Flying J down here in West Valley.
It's conveniently located.
Sign me up.
Conveniently located at the Flying J. Their travel offices are there. I mean, obviously, you got the Flying J. It's a travel center. They call it that.
Yeah.
So
there's more than you realized.
I think that here's the thing. If you're going to get hantavirus on a cruise, you might as well pay low dollar so you can get it. Look, you can pay all those. Think about what those people were doing. I was reading more about the actual cruise they were on, and it's like a 48-day cruise.
Oh yeah.
It was like a full explore the southern hemisphere, like the entire southern hemisphere.
Oh,
kind of
these
a deal.
cruises are spectacularly expensive.
There's some that are there's some that are like $50,000 per person, and you're out there for like 200 days.
You think the Mexican Riviera is going to stretch your budget? Oh my goodness!
Nelly.
Imagine dropping your 401k on a cruise and then having this happen.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to give out refunds. They can't give out refunds and bankrupt the cruise line.
For this expensive one, yeah, but you can guarantee. I mean, people are working on it. I guarantee that there were phone calls being made within the first hour of I heard somebody has hantavirus on the cruise and maybe somebody actually passed away. There was already phone calls being made for a class action lawsuit. Lawsuit to get it all back. And have you or a loved one experienced hantavirus on a cruise ship? Like that, I can already see this one happen.
Time will tell.
Somebody actually just said, "Hey, the West Desert Cruise is actually just that fun bus to Wendover, right?" That is actually true. And you know what? Same situation, probably the same aroma on the bus. That you get.
Although the thing though with the lake is once you're out on the lake, then you don't have that fragrance.
Dude, remember how much we obsessed about the lake back in the day? I say we, like our forefathers that were here. Like we built Saltaire out there. We basically made it. We made it Newport Beach out there, and no one respects it anymore.
No,
I
no
wanted
one
us
cares
to.
about
I want it to come back. I know people probably tried to revive it again, but now at this point, we're just trying to resuscitate the lake, not revive the hanging out by the lake part. So
are we? It doesn't seem like anyone cares about the lake.
Well, listen, they're big on arsenic. What's in the dirt in the air that we could be breathing in?
You mean besides hantavirus?
Yeah, besides hantavirus. It's like mercury, arsenic, all the good stuff, all the heaviest of metals. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and when we do, here on KSL Brightside, we've got more stuff to jump into here. Adults going into massive amounts of debt for one specific holiday. No, it's not a cruise. We're getting away from it. But I will say this. As you start to look at it, and as you look at what the possibility is on being able to take people or even just yourselves to this happiest place on earth, people are willing to go into massive amounts of debt, and we'll talk to you about it right here next on KSL Brightside.
Doug Wright here with Monty at Connecticut Quality Water Systems of Salt Lake, an authorized independent dealer. Monty, give it to me straight. Why is Connecticut the premium choice over those standard electric softeners?
Doug, it comes down to this. Do you want an appliance you have to babysit? Standard water softeners have microprocessors and computers that need setting and adjustment, and they use a lot more salt. So you get to haul 40-pound bags of salt down to your basement every month or so.
And Connecticut?
Zero electricity, zero timers to reset, zero downtime, and uses 70% less salt. It's a higher standard of engineering that completely removes the hassle of owning a water softener.
That's what I love about my Connecticut. Dee and I never have to even think about it. We occasionally add a bag of salt and it just works, and I've never had to set or adjust anything. Do what I did and get the one that just works. Find out how soft your water could be at softwaterutah.com. That's softwaterutah.com.
Join KSL News Radio and the movie show this Friday, 10 to 1 at My Hearing Centers. Get a free hearing evaluation. Be among the first 30 to try the advanced hearing aids risk-free for 30 days.
There's nothing better than getting outside with the people you love. And in Utah, we have endless ways to stay active and healthy outdoors. But staying healthy also means staying safe. Intermountain Health recommends that you wear the right gear, stay hydrated, protect your skin, and plan ahead before you go. Know your limits and choose activities that keep it safe and fun for everyone. Because when you make health and safety a part of every adventure, you're taking care of what matters most, your life. your health.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. The news just keeps getting weirder on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard. I've got Alex Curie here with me. Hold on, I got to move my computer over here.
Someone just texted in, by the way, Ethan. I had to read it off here real quick. Sorry.
Let's hear it.
They texted in and said, hey, your sponsorship with Steve the Redneck Entrepreneur is actually truly amazing. I said, well, not a shock, though. This is true. He's behind on his payments for the commercials. But in true Steve form.
Yeah.
Can't get him to pay his debts to KSL News Radio.
Well, but you know what? I'm glad we actually allowed him to move forward on the air with a little bit of credit, because I thought that was a message worth hearing. So, but listen, let's talk a little bit about Disney adults. Disney adults are a famous thing. These are adults that love Disney.
Yes. Have you ever been and seen they have special days at Disney, obviously. And I was there one time for one of these. It was called Dapper Dan Day, I think. These are unofficial days, right? Because you can be like, hey, we got this Facebook group together of people who enjoy going to Disneyland. My first experience with Disney was as an adult, Ethan. I went in my 30s.
Oh, really?
For the first time. And I never got why it was. I grew up next to a Six Flags. And so I didn't care. I was like, I've been on roller coasters, man.
But Disney's different.
It's not just different, it is amazing.
Yeah.
I got it as soon as I got there, and I was a skeptic going in.
Let me share with you a little bit of information, though.
Yes.
Because some people feel like this is kind of the dark side of Disney. But just so you know, in 2026, a family of 4 is projected to spend about $6,000 on a trip to Disney World. That's Disney World. It's about $6,000 for a family of 4. So this is by no means affordable or inexpensive. This is a splurge.
Well, split it up for us. I mean, we have 9 people in our family. We have 7 kids, and honestly, we've looked at stuff recently because our younger kids have never been.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, maybe we take everybody. And it was honestly in that 12. It was in that $10,000 to $12,000 range.
Yeah, you should do it.
No, I'm hitting the hantavirus cruise before I'm doing that, man. I'm not. Hey, come on.
A 2024 Lending Tree survey found that nearly 25% of Disney visitors had gone into debt to pay for a trip.
There's no vacation people aren't going into debt on, Ethan, and I know it's not a shock for us. We'll go into debt over anything, but their travel has gotten so insanely expensive. R.I.P. Spirit Airlines, but it's honestly, it's so expensive to go anywhere these days, and for us, we just do the thing where we save up points. The flights are so much of the deal where you're like, I got to get there. And so if we can get there on points with the flights and things like that, then I'm convinced. Then I can convince myself hey,
just drive there.
The stay, right, and the stay is not too bad once you go. The flights are paid for, or you were driving there, or whatever it might be, to be able to save on a third of the price to be able to do it. But it doesn't shock me at all that adults are going into debt to be able to.
Yeah, 25% of them. Now, the New Yorker had a really, you may remember this story from earlier this year called "Are Disney Adults the Happiest Debtors on Earth?"
It could listen, absolutely. I told you Dapper Dan Day was it was an adults were all dressing up like they were from the 30s. You know what I mean?
Dapper. And they were dapper.
And it was an all-day thing, and it was packed. The whole park was packed with these people, these adults. There was 0 kids that were participating in this. It was just 100% an adult thing.
Well, according to the New Yorker, Gen Z adults are the most likely to go into debt for Disney vacations, which makes sense because they are the youngest, and they are the ones that should, frankly, not be spending that much money on vacations yet.
Yeah,
they should be saving to their 401k and,
Was there a time like has Disney been kind of pegged to inflation? Like if we go backward, do we go, oh no, it used to be actually a phenomenal deal to go, or was it as expensive back then for your parents to go? Because you went as a kid, right? Like so, if that were
once.
the case, so were our parents kind of spending is it comparable to what they were spending?
It was very, very
obviously
different.
dollar wise not, but I'm saying like was it the kind of thing where they had to spend so much of their net worth to be able to take the kids?
So it was very, very different back then because for a couple of reasons. This was before California Adventure, right? So California Adventure was
Just
still the parking lot.
Regular Disney.
It was just Disneyland.
Yes.
And I had an aunt who lived in Costa Mesa. So we went there once in the summertime when we'd gone to visit her. And it was not anywhere near as expensive as it is now.
Hold on a minute. Is this the lady with the avocado tree in the back?
No.
Oh.
that was a
fat
family
dog?
friend.
with a fat dog? Okay.
Loved those avocados.
Give me some more of those avocados.
No, that wasn't us. But it's Disneyland is significantly more expensive and it's a significantly bigger brand than it was in the 80s. When I was a kid. And so you got to look at that and think, I mean, at a certain point, are they going to find the ceiling? Because Disneyland is limited to the number of people that can come into the park every day. Will it ever find the ceiling, or will there always be enough high-income people to carry that brand, to carry that park forward? And I don't know what the answer is. But there seems to be no limit to what they can charge. They're charging the most they ever have, and the park is as full as it's ever been.
What's a bigger ripoff? Like the one-day adult pass to like one of the expensive ski resorts here in town, which have surpassed the $350 kind of, or a one-day pass to Disney. Which, by the way, that's what we do. We don't go more than, we might go 2 days. When people do like the 4-day park hopper or stuff like that, first of all, I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the energy.
Do you park hopper?
No. I'm saying the multi-day ones.
Oh, we've done multi-day.
I might go California Adventure one day, and then maybe we do the next day to Disney or vice versa or whatever. But that's as much as I can do because we're tapped out after that. You know what I mean? Even if the lines are long and you go, yeah, but I didn't get to ride so-and-so the X amount of times. But I want to see, okay, Ethan, how much you think Disney makes on a daily basis just from the gates?
I wouldn't even be able to guess.
Right. I wonder what that would be. I'm asking.
And is it dwarfed by the churro sales?
Well, that's the thing.
Be, or the
okay.
turkey leg. So here's my go-to at Disneyland is the turkey leg. I always get the turkey leg.
Daily gross revenue, by the way, of a Disney before it just popped up. So daily gross revenue from these parks. So this does include all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Not just the gate.
Yeah.
Typical daily gross revenue for Disneyland Resort is $25 million a day.
From just Disneyland.
Disneyland is $25 million a day. During peak holiday or summer days, it can go toward $40 million per day.
Wow.
And so
that's all in
when you're
tickets.
Yes, that's the gate tickets, food and beverage, hotels, merchandise, hotels that are on the Disney property. You know what I mean?
The Disney
Disney brand hotels.
Yep.
Parking. We did a hack one time where we took an RV to Disneyland.
Did you really?
Yes, because when you do that, they have full RV parking. They have like
At
a whole
Disneyland?
area for Disneyland
How
RV
is
parking.
Is it okay?
Phenomenal, because what you do is you're dead freaking tired in the afternoon, you're dragging your kids around, you go out to the parking lot, you take the little monorail just out to the RV parking lot, you put the kids the kids that have to take a nap, you put them in there and take a nap, you fire up some lunch.
Where is the RV parking?
When we were there,
it
was just outside of, the regular parking where it is.
Yeah.
It's like covered,
Yeah.
The RV parking was like basically adjacent to it, but outside, because obviously these are high-profile vehicles. But it was, to me, that was like an awesome way to do it. We just kind of did it on accident. But the RV thing was a pretty good move. But they say
that's interesting.
The average daily attendance of people walking through the doors is between 40 and 90,000 people per day.
Jeez.
So when you have that many walking in per day, you're basically having a massive sporting event every day, nonstop at Disney all day long, and that's just Disneyland. So when you talk about them printing money, and there's a reason, it's not just their brand that's that big, but I'm just blown away by the money because the gate is going to get you $15 million a day. These are all estimates because none of this is actually public. These are just people making the estimates.
Yeah.
But yes, the merchandise, people spend between $3 and $5 million a day at Disney.
Wow, that's amazing. We got a text here from John, says Disneyland, come happy, leave bankrupt. Yep, been there. This person texted in, I also went for the first time as an adult, 18 years old, to Disneyland in 1978, and I think with my uncle's work discount, it was maybe like $35.
All of them together? Because $35 back in 1978 is not insignificant, man. I mean, I don't want to.
I guess, although yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know.
Text us back. It was $35 a lot in 1978? Text us back and let us know. Because,
well, you had the little inflation calculators you could do. I mean, come on, man.
Well,
but
yeah,
I don't know.
But still,
again,
inflation's a personal thing. Like, was it a lot? Did it feel like a lot or not?
Well, I mean, $35. Like, think about like $10 was a massive deal to me back in the mid '80s and early '90s. So.
Can I share some other Disney information?
Oh, we have more Disney. Holy
current wait for Space Mountain is 50 minutes. 50.
Oh, I thought you meant like wait. Like you can't get on if you. This is because I've been traumatized by getting on roller coasters as a chubby person. So that hit me hard when you said current wait on. I was like, no, don't let me go on it.
Current wait for the Haunted Mansion is 35 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah, good.
Current wait for Rise of the Resistance is 70 minutes.
Wow.
So if you want to know what the current wait time is for your favorite ride at
text
Disneyland, text at 57500 and I'll let you know because I got the app.
I love the idea that Ethan does this every day. Hey, if you want to text in, hey, are you guys still doing the wait times?
I keep the Disneyland app on my phone.
I love that. I love it.
And because sometimes I'll pull it up, just in the middle of a day. I'll pull it open and just cruise around the park, see what the times are like.
Okay, so $35 back in 1978 would be equivalent to the spending power of what today?
1,000.
No, but $190. $190.
Oh, okay. So maybe a lot.
All right, we'll take another break here. Hour number 2 of KSL Brightside coming right up. You don't want to miss any of it. Stay with us right here.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
2 o'clock at KSL News Radio. I'm Heather Peterson. KSL's top story this hour. Employees at a local business have been getting harassed over the co-owner's ties to the proposed data center in Box Elder County. KSL News Radio's Alexandria Bonilla reports. Jerry Stevenson is a state senator on the board of the Military Installation Development Authority and a co-owner of J&J Nursery and Garden Center. On the business's Facebook page, they confirmed threats and calls to boycott the business have been made, but the employees and business itself have nothing to do with the future of the data center. A local reporter claims he went to the nursery to investigate the claims when he and Stevenson got into a verbal altercation. The state Senate says Stevenson has apologized, but the reporter ignored repeated requests to leave the garden center's private property. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. One state says popular online platforms don't do enough to protect children from predators. ABC's Brian Clark has details.
Indiana's Attorney General says at least 3 girls in the state have been groomed or enticed away from their homes while on the popular Roblox gaming platform, including 17-year-old Haley Busby, allegedly killed this year by a man she met online. Attorney General Todd Rokita is suing Roblox and the messaging platform Discord, saying the companies are deceiving consumers by promoting themselves as safe for children.
So far, there's no response from Roblox or Discord. Your money at this moment, the Dow is down 313 points, the S&P is down 28, and the NASDAQ down 32. Coming up, you might have to give Mom a fan for Mother's Day. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:01.
Mornings are for recharging.
And they're for starting your day right.
We volunteer to join you in the car. Get news and weather at 102.7 FM during the most important part of your day.
Andy and Amanda, each morning between 5 and 9 on KSL News Radio.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
If you've saved more than $300,000, there's one thing you can do now that can make your savings go twice as far in retirement, and it's tax planning. That's right. Tax planning could significantly reduce the taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, Social Security benefits, and other investment income. Find out how much money you could save with a free retirement tax savings analysis from the good people at Boss Retirement Solutions. To schedule your free analysis, call 801-896-9622. Tax planning for retirement could reduce your taxes not just for 1 year, but for the rest of your life. And the savings could be 6 figures. Let's find out how much money you could save. Call 801-896-9622. 801-896-9622.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services offered through Boss Retirement Solutions.
Ready for your next vehicle? At Performance Automotive in Bountiful, your new Ford, Toyota, or Honda is here. Built for Utah communities, canyon weekends, and everything in between. Choose capability with Ford, long-lasting reliability with Toyota, or smooth efficiency with Honda. Backed by friendly experts and financing options that fit your budget. Visit Performance Ford, Performance Toyota, and Performance Honda for your test drive. Browse inventory, check pricing, and schedule your visit at performancebountiful.com. Performance Automotive in Bountiful, driven to be the best.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. Build smart, save big with construction loans at UCCU. Here's Michelle Rowe.
Traffic just a little slow northbound I-15 right around 33rd South. Other than that, I-15 running at posted speeds from Provo all the way up to the Ogden area. We're also looking a little bit of delay if you're on Bangerter Highway, seeing some slowdowns around the intersections in the West Valley area. At UTA, it's never just a ride from point A to point B. They move independence, they move purpose, they move memories, they move what matters, you. Plan your trip at rideuta.com. I'm Michelle Rowe in the KSL Traffic Center.
Cloudy and a high of 77 today. Similar over the next couple days with high 70s in the forecast for Friday and Saturday. Then the temperatures climbing, 83 on Sunday and 91 by Monday. Right now it's mostly cloudy and 72 degrees. I'm Heather Peterson from the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Millard.
Alex, that's a great way to get your kids off social media.
And Alex Curie.
Yeah, my real goal with the new social media stuff is to show up in my kids' feed.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Millard here with Alex Curie. Et cetera, et cetera. We got a few more texts I want to hit related to the Disney adults going into massive debt to get out there. Here is one. My grandma took me as a kid in the early 70s when they still used the coupons. I have no idea how much it cost, but I'm thinking maybe more than $30. So, and what you found, Alex, in your little inflation calculator is that $35 back then means that the Disneyland tickets have basically tracked with inflation.
Yes, comparable to what you're spending on a daily basis if you were to go now. It's between $120 and $210.
Which surprises me because it feels like so much money. And also, maybe what they're doing, maybe they're making it up on the stuff inside the park.
1,000%, but also think about what the accommodations have become too. When people do book the hotels and they go to the Grand, fill in the blank Floridian, Californian, whatever. You know what I've never done, and I don't think I would ever even consider it. But like going to Disney in Europe or Asia, I don't think that attracts me as much because I will say too. From a personal standpoint, Disney World, considerably a step down from Disneyland.
One last text here on Disneyland.
Yes.
Go in the park, turn on the vacuum, take all your money, leave the park dead tired and broke, and then you say, wasn't that great? Can't wait to go back.
Oh, our kids are like, that's the best thing I've ever had. But then they forget about the part where they're screaming all day, just crying because of waiting in line, how hot it is or whatever it is, yeah.
The true magic of Disney is that once you get into the park, you spend a few minutes there, they manipulate your mind into thinking that $20 is not a lot of money.
Right.
Oh, it's $20? Yeah, I got $20, and then you do that another 10 times. That's the true magic of Disney. But I will say you can still find some reasonable deals, and I will share them with you. If you're looking for a reasonable snack or lunch, the turkey leg, right?
The smoked turkey leg, yes.
Smoked turkey leg, great. And the chimichanga.
Really?
You've never had the chimichanga?
Never done the chimichanga. No, but you and I have both been big fans of the Monte Cristo sandwich at the.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
It's 47,000 calories now.
I'm almost 50,
restaurant?
Alex.
I know.
I can't eat.
I've got to be around for the children, for the grandkids. The Monte Cristo sandwich. I can't remember what's the name of that.
One there by the
New Orleans.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. It's that that New Orleans.
All right,
themed,
let's talk about telephobia. Telephobia is the fear or anxiety associated with making or taking phone calls, often driven by fear of judgment, criticism, or the unpredictability of live conversation. Now, our colleague, who I just met yesterday for the first time.
Yeah, Eric Cabrera, man. Love that guy. Yeah.
He put together a little story, which he's running today, and he shared the details with us about how, I don't know the right way to say this. In the rundown, it says the younger generation.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what's right here.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's correct to say the younger generation. But they don't do phone calls like they used to.
From high school students to working professionals, many people say phone calls just aren't their first choice anymore. Outside West High School, student David told me texting has largely replaced calling for his generation.
Yeah, I'd say they usually do that. If I don't know them, I'm not going to pick them up.
Lulu told me on her way to her downtown office, she ignores calls methodically. Do you ever pick it up?
I do not answer because if it's important enough, they'll call me back or leave a voicemail so then I can call them back. If not, it's not important.
Some researchers even use the term telephobia to describe growing discomfort around phone calls, especially among younger adults raised communicating mostly through text and social media. Eric Cabrera, KSL News Radio.
Interesting because I will tell you, I'm with you on this. I think that nowadays my wife hires people, and I think that one of the things when they have this discussion is there's a lot of like, oh, I'm a self-starter, I'm all these things, but the reality is that, and you say younger generation, I don't know if it is the younger generation. I think we've all kind of gotten into the spot now where we're all less social than we used to be phone call wise.
Yeah.
We would prefer it. There's a reason why you would actually prefer. There's a reason why companies also don't do they do the automated phone thing too, because they just go, nobody wants to talk. We don't want to talk to them. Our people can't just sit down and talk to somebody all day. But on top of it, I think that there are people who don't want to make the phone calls. And I think that younger generation or not, I don't think that's necessarily that, but at least from my wife's standpoint, when she talks about hiring people, she's like the younger people in my office don't like to make phone calls, and I'm the same way where I'm like, I don't love it either, but in our line of work here in the news business and booking guests and things like that, you got to make phone calls. And we've had people who have worked with us before who are like, they would clam up. They didn't like making the phone call. Did you call that guy? And they're like, oh, I haven't yet. And you're like, okay, well, let's maybe pick up the phone and let's start doing this thing. But it has certainly changed at least the conversation piece of being on the phone. Landlines aside, even just being on a cell phone.
I call people first, usually. My kids do this to me. I'll call them, and they won't pick up, and then I'll get a text from them 30 seconds later. What's up?
Yeah.
Which I think is rude, considering what I do for them. But, whatever. It's a generational thing. I can put my feelings aside. But I will say this. I do think that we should all adopt a standard practice, and I think that this should be universal. And that is, you never pick up a phone call unless the number is already in your phone and you know who it is.
So there's a name associated with it.
Never, ever, ever, ever pick up an unsolicited phone call. That person in this story was right. If it's important, they'll leave a message. And I'll tell you why this is. Because of my work, my other work that I do in the mornings and in the afternoons after the show.
Yeah.
I have another desk I sit at for before and after.
Yeah, you make piñatas, right? Isn't that what it was?
And we do investment advising, retirement planning, things like that. And this is a big problem. Phone scams. Phone and text scams. And we fight against this. We stress out about it. In fact, last month, Alex, we did a lunch and learn at our office where we filled the office with client families. We brought in some sandwiches, and we had 2 investigators from the state of Utah who sat down with us and did a whole presentation for
scam situation.
And we had people in the office, and we had people joining via Zoom. talking about these scams. You guys, this is so bad. Please, I'm begging you. And if you have parents that are older, they need to stop answering the phone unless they know who it is.
You want people to have more phonophobia?
Do not answer the phone. Now, if it's someone you know, if you know the number, yeah, pick up, have a great telephone
This turned
conversation.
into a PSA. This turned into a PSA I wasn't expecting, by the way.
Alex, you would not believe what I have seen.
I do, because I have a mom who's approaching 80 years old, and she's been hit up with all of it.
It is so stressful. Do not ever reply to a text if you don't recognize it. Do not ever pick up a phone call if you do not recognize it.
Hey, don't tell me what to do. I know how to handle myself on the phone.
Good.
I have these.
You know what? I wish you luck, Alex.
I love when you get a phone call and you're like, wow, this phone number's just like mine, almost just one number off. I want to talk to this fella. I want to see what's going on with this guy. I'm with you. It's not an antisocial thing. You're exactly right. But I do think that there are people who don't want to pick up the phone in a line of business where they are trying to make phone calls to make their business go, and people don't want to make that phone call. I remember my mom forcing me to call my friends' houses growing up. Hey, will you call so-and-so and see if he can play? My mom's like, that is a you job.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with them. I don't want to have to figure it out. Why don't you call them and see if so-and-so can play? Remember, that's what we'd say, too. Can you come over and play? And that's what we would do. I would make the phone call, and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'd go over to our little cream-colored phone on the wall that had the longest dadgum cord. Everybody knows where the phone was in their house and where it sat. You take that thing off of there, go through the whole thing, and then go, oh my gosh, it's ringing. And then you go, is Joe there? And then they go, yeah, he is. Can he play? And when they would go, he actually can't right now, you're like, I knew it. All my fears are realized. I hate myself. I
knew it. They don't want to.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Actually, boom, I'm gone.
I had a situation once. We had a kid in my class when I was young. We called him Homer. His last name was Homer. His name was Ryan Homer. And I called his house one day. His dad picks up. Hey, is Homer there?
Oh, wow.
Long pause.
Excuse you?
Do you mean Ryan? Oh, yeah, sorry. Ryan.
Oh, is this Mr. Homer? What's up, man? Yeah, these are just some of the friends who like to call.
We got this text. I only FaceTime the kids now. Got an iPad, my first Apple product, just to see the grandbaby in Kansas. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I do think that there's a thing. Calling people you know is not a problem. It's about the people that you don't know. Oh. And that's where people, you are so up in your head about the scam thing. This isn't even about the scam thing.
This is my work, Alex.
I know, but you just turned it around to, you shouldn't take phone calls from anybody. We're trying to tell people how to make phone calls. I will say, have you had an AI conversation yet? I'm not talking about the one where they go, hi, we are calling today to blah, blah, blah.
My favorite thing about the AI conversation is the tapping in the background.
Oh, yeah.
No,
but I've actually had a conversation. I'm like, oh, my gosh, the AI has gotten so good at having the back and forth.
Did you ask if it was AI? Because I think they have to tell you. It's like cops.
You have to
if
say,
you
are
ask
you
if
law
they're a police
enforcement?
officer, they have to tell you.
Yeah. No, this one was.
Which, by the way, that's not true.
Of course not. I wish they would. But I had this thing one time where the guy, I was going on this runaround. I go, hold on, where did you even get this number? And then they hung up on me, and I was like, yeah, I knew it. And then I did the thing where I'm like, I'm calling these guys back because they're acting like this is a bad situation. And I called him back, and he goes, hey, hold on one second, Alex. And it was a fake voice. It was a fake whole thing, and he just hung up on me again immediately. And it was a fake guy. It was AI. I spent like 4.5 minutes getting punked by an AI fake person.
This is what I'm talking about. Old people need to stay off the phone.
Old people.
This is what I'm saying.
I get it.
Look, but if there are people in your life and they're getting older, and all of us should do this because even this used to be mostly an age thing. It's not so much anymore. If you're in the habit of picking up the phone, stop. Even if you're younger, even if you feel tech savvy, these scams are so sophisticated, you can get caught up in it so easily. Do not pick up the call. Just don't. Let them leave a message. Right. If it's important, then you can call them back.
But teach your kids.
I know, it might be someone from the ward.
Yeah.
Great. If it is, let them leave a message. You can call them back. Do not answer unsolicited calls from numbers you don't recognize. It's just the stakes are too high.
When Brother Jones called me this week, I said, boy, I should have screened this phone call a little bit better. Ethan from Brightside taught me. Wah, wah. Get the heck out of there.
Is that when I make it into someone's talk?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely.
The pinnacle.
All right. We'll take another break here. We'll come back. What some municipalities in Michigan are doing to try to help the bee population and the pollinators that are out there, and how some science is pushing back on it. What they're trying is quite radical, and I think that a lot of neighbors would not be happy with it. We'll get your thoughts on it next right here. Stay with us. It's KSL Brightside.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Wilson with Any Hour Services, and if you have a drain that's clogged or backed up, after you've tried the plungers and products, the next step usually involves some kind of drain snake or cabling equipment. You see, sometimes the blockage is far enough down the line that you need special equipment that most homeowners just don't have. That's where the Drains Department at Any Hour Services can help. A drain snake can clear most blockages and get the water flowing again, and clearing blocked drains is what our Drains Department does day in and day out. So if you're a homeowner with a drain line that's clogged or backed up and you'd like one of our drain technicians to come and snake the line for you, it's only $29. Yep, you heard that right. Any Hour Services will snake any drain line with normal access for only $29. Sinks, showers, tubs, toilets, floor drains, laundry drains, even that sewer main line that connects to the city. We'll snake any line for just $29. For help with your drain issues, call Any Hour Services at 801-443-7700. You can Google Any Hour Services. You can even schedule online at anyhourservices.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151.
Join Mike Stevens of Capital Wealth Advisors for Retire Right Radio, Saturdays at 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. That's Retire Right Radio with Mike Stevens, Saturdays at 5 a.m. and 9 p.m.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Turn your afternoon around on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. All right, listen. I want to hit a couple of other text messages that have come in. What kind of we can never let go of topics. They trail for hours.
I love them, and the honest truth is too. Like our listeners are so much smarter than we are. They add so much to the program. So if you have a text, you can hit us up. And we had a lot of people remind us that it's the Blue Bayou.
It's the Blue Bayou that does the
Monte Cristo
sandwich, which is you got to try it once in your life. If you're a Disney fan, you got to try it once.
It might only be once because you might walk out of there absolutely dead.
That's right. If you've ever wanted to just die at Disneyland, if that's where you want to have your final resting place, they've got it on the menu. It's called the
Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo
No,
sandwich.
is it
Monte Cristo?
I actually thought it was the Monte Cristo, dude. That is the happiest accent it's ever had. So I'm looking it up here. Do you want an actual descriptor of the Monte Cristo sandwich at Blue Bayou?
Lay it on me.
And here's the thing too: is you got me onto this, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was a rude thing to do. That's like offering an alcoholic.
You're my friend.
I know. I'm just telling you, this was a bad thing for me because Ethan rolled it out, and
What am I going to do? Only talk about oatmeal?
No, but I'm just saying it was a crazy experience for me. But here's what they have. They have it goes. They take the whole thing. So you have the currant jelly sauce. All right.
Okay.
You've got a fruit compote, which is actually
that's the currant jelly.
Sounds a lot. No, the currant jelly is different from the fruit compote.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. The fruit compote's the one you put on the sandwich.
Right.
And then the jelly sauce, what you dip it in. But you batter 2 giant thick slices of French brioche. You put the ham and turkey and Swiss cheese all on these with this bread. You soak that bread in an egg mixture, and the bread is already that super thick giant French brioche bread. You fry that thing. See what I did to myself?
So you drag it through the batter. So
you drag it through the batter.
You drag the whole made
yes,
sandwich.
Yes.
People make this mistake. They think that a they think that a Monte Cristo sandwich
it needs to be that from now
is
on.
a sandwich made with French toast. It is not.
No, it's not.
It is a sandwich that is dipped wholly and completely into the batter and then
deep fried. You
It
might use
comes
the
out-
same bread for French toast, but it's not the same thing we're talking about.
It comes out looking like a big triangle donut.
Yeah, and they cut it up and they put powdered sugar on it, and then you dip it in jelly, and it's ham and cheese and jelly and powdered sugar, and it is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
On the phone subject, Michelle texted is $34 for the Monte Cristo.
Oh, is it really?
I don't know. I believe that though.
I would totally do it.
But regarding the phone conversation, how about the first time you called a girl and scripted the whole conversation?
I never had that experience.
Oh, I did.
You did?
I never wrote it down, but I remember thinking and rehearsing in my head, what am I going to say? How is this conversation going to go? I do remember that.
I remember my brother being like, I'll take the phone in my room. I'll take the phone call in my room. And he would take, and it would be a girl on the line. I'd be like, okay. And he'd go, hang up. And I'd go, okay. And I would do this thing where I'd make the noise like I hung up, and then I'd press the mute button, and then I'd listen in on the phone conversation.
So we had no privacy in our house because
No.
we had one of those wireless phones, which you could tune in on an AM tuner and play on the radio.
That's amazing.
And so we had no privacy.
That was podcasting before podcasting happened.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So in Michigan right now, there is a proposal that lawmakers put together. They said, hey, you know what? And it's just they're not making the law. What they're doing is just saying, hey, what if we kind of all got together and they started this thing that they call No Mow May?
Yeah. So
and it's to not mow the lawn, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, it's a little bit more complicated than that, right?
So what they want is the idea was they would skip mowing in order to provide food and habitat for bees and butterflies because the grass is habitat. You know, if you've ever walked across the grass, this happened to me when I actually mowed this weekend. I was shocked by the number of insects that flew out of that grass.
Right.
And in the spring, that's how it is. In the spring, things are hatching in there. They're working. And some of these are important pollinators. So the idea is they would pause early season mowing. So you wouldn't stop mowing all year. It's just early in the season you don't mow to kind of give these pollinators a break because the pollinators are under stress because of pesticides. And so I get with their point. However, there's no good deed goes unpunished. Because now experts are saying that the long grass is actually increasing tick populations.
So then we're talking Lyme disease, right?
And increasing the risk for Lyme disease and other things like that. So there's just no winning. I think you have to kind of be a little bit more deliberate about getting permanent pollinator friendly policies in place rather than, kind of ad hoc measures like let's not mow until June.
Well,
because then you just get more ticks.
If my neighbors are listening right now, we're going to go full No Mow May. All right. So if my lawn looks like garbage because you guys are the jerks who are taking the pollinators out of the insect population, I think that No Mow May. There are a lot of people who would just go, hey, let's just let this thing grow and not even care about it for a minute, and there would be too many people who are like, I can't. This is making me nuts to watch this lawn get insane and too long. In our case, we are turning the water on super late in our secondary water up in our community. And so turning on that water super late, I'm not mowing right now anyway because it's not growing at all because we have nothing. We have no water getting on that thing. So.
Yeah, well, I certainly see that. But I want to say something about ticks, though.
Oh, man. Here comes Lyme disease. Here comes the Lyme disease pitch.
Well, and
have you known anybody who's gotten Lyme disease, by the way?
I actually do. Yeah, I do.
knew somebody who somebody got bit out east because it's a way more eastern thing than it is here, and it freaking ruined their lives for a long time before they figured out what it was, and it was terrible.
This is something that I want to bring up. So what you were saying right there is that this was an East Coast thing. I have been hearing more and more tick information here locally.
Uh-oh.
How to protect your dog against ticks and all the other things like that. When I was growing up, we never talked about ticks.
Yeah, I did. I grew up in a tick-infested area.
I didn't know anything about ticks. We did, as far as I know, we did not have them.
Right.
But now it seems like we do. Now, if you're remembering like me, I'm going to throw this out to the listeners. If you're remembering like me, like when you were growing up, did we have ticks and now do we have them now? Because I've been hearing tick information here locally, and I was under the assumption that we just did not have ticks here in Utah. Is that not the case? So text me at 57500 because this is my memory, and maybe I was just an ignorant kid and I had no idea what was happening. But I really feel like ticks are kind of new on the scene here.
We couldn't go out anywhere where I grew up. When I was like doing the scouting, when I was doing scouts when I was younger, we were living in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we were coming back from everything that we came back on. We were all told we had to search every crevice of our bodies.
Every nook and cranny.
Yeah, because it was like you got to.
Did you ever have a tick? Did you ever find a tick?
No, we did all the time, and our dogs would always get them too. Like you would have to be on top of it like immediately. You'd have to get all over it.
So I wanna ask you a question then about the ticks. Did they hurt?
You don't notice
I've
them most
heard
of the
that you
time.
can't pull them out because the head gets stuck in there.
Right, so we had a trick. That was the thing is they could, if they were kind of burrowing in there. But I will say the trick was you took a match, you'd light it. It worked, too. When I was a kid, I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You'd light a match, right?
Uh-huh.
You'd let it burn for a second, kind of get a little bit embry on top,
Yeah.
Blow it out. You'd put it right behind it, and that heat would make it uncomfortable enough that it would back itself out, and then you could
squash it.
Well, and then you could destroy its entire family. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Was to be able to do it. By the way, the Monte Cristo sandwich is $34, but there is a. Why are people are so good about giving us this extremely weird information? You can get a smaller version of the sandwich at the streetcar veranda for between $11.50 and $14.
That's what I'm going to need.
And
to
you know
do.
what I was going to say? That one is obviously going to be a lot smaller. You could probably finish that one.
All right, so I got a bunch of ticks. Texts on ticks.
Text? Okay.
Yes. So my wife is going nuts with our yard. John Deere mower keeps spending push rods, so I got to get it fixed. Oh, well, that's just he's behind in his mowing. Oh, it's David. That's David. All right. So I am 75 and was born and raised in Utah. We were always aware of ticks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mark. I guess I was just.
You didn't ever go to the Uintas, my guy.
I guess not. Yeah. Here, this person says ticks weren't a real problem except when you went deer hunting. Deer always had ticks on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this was something that was just more unusual in lawns.
This one says 52 years old in Utah my whole life. I don't ever recall hearing anything about ticks and how we have to be aware of them.
Ticks weren't, here's another one. Ticks weren't a thing here in the 80s and 90s. I hadn't heard of ticks here until the early 2000s. Maybe this was a thing where they were really rare in the grass and in the lawns back then, but they had them up in the hills. Maybe
that's the thing is I don't think that you're going to be getting them in your Utah lawn in Fruit Heights, like where I live. I don't think that's going to be the case. If you're going up into the high Uintas, Dave Colley is probably absolutely rife with ticks right now as we speak.
Dave is infested. He's doing a podcast about it.
He's beat up over the ticks. I think if
he's going to kill all the ticks, then do a podcast about it. What happened to him?
Call him. Hey, Dave, we did a story on ticks, and obviously you would know about this. You probably have 10 on your body right now, but don't you dare try to pull those ticks out without actually figuring it out first here, because there's tricks to it. All right. We will take the break here. When we come back, we've got much more around the corner, a couple more segments to be able to entertain you with. Speaking of the outdoors, Ethan again has come through clutch in being able to help you out. When it comes to, we talked about cougar attacks the other day. Ethan's going to walk you through surviving a bear attack of all sorts. Coming right back here. My local Costco, by the way, has you hooked up. They are doing this, and I'll tell you what it is. It's to get you ready for the summer with your bears. Right around the corner, right here. It's KSL Brightside.
2:30 at KSL News Radio. I'm Heather Peterson. KSL's top local story this hour. Multiple school districts and universities in Utah are dealing with a cyber attack. Katie Chalice with the State Board of Education says the hackers targeted a program called Canvas.
It's coming from some postings that the attackers have made on the web. So they have been public about their attack. The group that we believe made this attack is called Shiny Hunters, and they've made some posts online to indicate that they are asking for money.
Chalice says the Shiny Hunters got student names, emails, ID numbers, and messages, but they did not get their passwords, date of births, government identifiers, or financial information. A new program in Salt Lake City is aimed at addressing the teacher shortage. It sets up a teacher apprenticeship program where high school juniors get a head start on real-world experience and walk away with their license and a bachelor's degree in 5 years. The district says it's modeled after a similar apprenticeship program for manufacturing. Our top national story this hour from ABC News. The Justice Department has opened an investigation into the number of oil trades made right before huge swings in the market. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze explains.
Starting on March 23rd, data from the London Stock Exchange shows just 15 minutes before Trump posted that he would delay attacking Iran's power grid, traders bet $500 million that oil prices would fall. On April 7th, a few hours before Trump announced the ceasefire, nearly $1 billion in bets on oil dropping. Similar pattern on April 17th, $760 million in trades just 20 minutes before Iran announced that the Strait of Hormuz was open.
Stocks hit a new high yesterday following several oil trades. And looking at the markets right now, the Dow is down 313 points, the S&P is down 28, and the NASDAQ is down 32. Coming up, a spring weekend ahead of summer temps. KSL weather is next. KSL News Time, 2:32.
A reminder about the simplest way to get updated for your day.
Hit your KSL preset when you jump in the car, and we'll take care of the rest.
Hear key news updates and traffic reports.
Andy and Amanda from 5 to 9 in your car.
KSL News Radio at 102.7 FM.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Now on Saturday at 5 p.m.
Jeff Kaplan here. Got to tell you, the paint job looked great, and our friend Sue couldn't say enough good things about CertaPro painters. They were professional, zero drama. They cleaned up. The house looks amazing, and if you need your house painted, you should know that CertaPro makes it a worry-free experience, and they do it at the right price. CertaPro Painters has 70,000 five-star reviews. Local trusted professionals. Get a detailed free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Join us at Camping World's Red, White, and New Trade event, our biggest trade event of the year, May 14th through the 17th. Trade in your RV and get the highest value guaranteed. Then upgrade for less with new RVs starting as low as $94 a month. Plus, take 25% off select maintenance services. Save up to 40% on camp-ready must-haves. And enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Red, White, and New Trade event at your local Camping World, May 14th through the 17th. We'll see you there.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Traffic and weather together brought to you by UCCU. You deserve to love where you bank. Here's Michelle Rowe.
Still looking at delays for drivers northbound I-15. This is going from South Salt Lake headed to the 6 South off-ramp. Further up into Davis County, we're looking at slowdowns on Legacy. This is due to lane restrictions as you're going through Centerville to join I-15. And then finally on the southbound side, looking at some slowdowns starting to build up at the South Interchange. No matter the weather, your feet can feel fantastic. Find the Good Feet location nearest you at goodfeet.com. I'm Michelle Rowe in the KSL Traffic Center.
Highs forecasted to hit 77 today and 79 tomorrow. Then we're looking at a warm Mother's Day weekend with 76 Saturday, 83 Sunday, and then we're starting up in the 90s on Monday. Right now it is 73 and mostly cloudy at the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios. I'm Heather Peterson. Listen online at kslnewsradio.com. We're Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.
KSL Brightside with Ethan Miller.
Is this what they mean by getting the band back together again?
And Alex Keary.
Yeah, except this one is a reunion tour nobody asked for.
This is KSL Brightside on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is KSL Brightside. I'm Ethan Miller. I got Alex Keary here with me. And boy, we're in outdoor mode on the text for sure. And it's kind of a mixed bag. I think it seems like people like me who grew up in the 80s and in the 90s and just kind of general purpose outdoor activities, we didn't really know anything about ticks. I knew about them, but never saw them, never needed to respond to them. But people who were like out hunting and things like that, apparently they were much more aware of that. But if they're starting to get into yards and things here in the Wasatch Front, I do feel like that is a new thing.
By the way, that's not what we're reporting, by the way. We were just saying that this no-mow Michigan's no-mow May that they started up, where a bunch of people are just saying, hey, no, we got to help the bees and the pollinators. And scientists rolled up early and went, you guys, there's no science to back up that this is going to help the pollinating situation. It's a nice idea, and I love that you want to save the bees, but you might be just adding ticks to the
equation.
Yeah.
This person texts in, though, a fish and hunt in Alaska, and a standard sidearm is bear spray. So that's what we're going to talk about right now.
I love it. I'm telling you, it's a thing. And by the way, I was telling you that before the break. Everybody has their Costco. Salt Lake has the largest Costco in the entire world here at 21st, or is it 21st South? It's around that area.
18th South.
18th South. So, but the one that we go to now is up in Bountiful, and there has definitely been bear spray on the shelf at the local Costco for the past probably couple of years. They keep it there basically all the time. I never used bear spray. I've never used it, obviously, but at the same time, I've never even thought of it as being a thing that you needed to have around. We took a trip to Banff up in Canada with the older kids in our family I guess it was last year, which, by the way, the Canadian Rockies are phenomenal. Shout out to mountains that we thought were just going to be like ours, but they're actually insane. Banff is beautiful, and you walk around there, and they're like, anyway, take this bear spray. Everything's bear spray, bear spray, and you got to...
Did you take it?
Yeah, no, because the hotel actually gave us a can one time, and I don't know if it was whatever we were doing, we were going on, and we definitely saw... We were going up one of these gondola rides, and it was a mama bear and her two cubs, and that's where you want to be like... I'm glad I'm actually elevated by 50 feet up in the air going up the mountain. When we saw them, they were right below us. Mm-hmm. I was like, this would be a bad time for us to drop onto the scene here because, and people are like, look how cute the mom and the baby's arm are. Those are the ones you don't want to see.
Go pet them.
The ones you don't want to see.
Ask the mama bear if you can pick up one of her cubs.
Or just help her out and carry one over to her if he gets a little bit too far away from her.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is that the bear spray is at Costco right now as we speak, right here in Utah. So you got to watch out because Ethan's got some tips on how to save you from the old
earlier this week, KSL had a story where they talked about the things you need to do in case of a cougar interaction, right? Because those are increasing along the Wasatch Front, and there's a risk there. But the bears are actually really different. So if you remember with the cougar, you want to back away, right? Never turn your back on them. You want to back away. Don't run.
Make yourself big.
Back away. Make yourself big. Yell, scream, throw things at them, right? And that'll scare away a cougar. With bears, listen to this. So this is from the National Park Service, okay? This is what you do. First, you identify yourself. This is how they were. I'm reading directly from the website.
My name is Ethan Miller.
It's
my address is...
You identify yourself by talking calmly so that the bear knows you're not a human and not a prey animal. Remain still. Stand your ground, but slowly wave your arms. That helps a bear to recognize you as human. It may come closer or stand on its hind legs to get a better look or smell, as standing bears are usually curious, not threatening. Now, here's the thing about this. I read a little more about this.
Identify yourself. This is
the
hilarious.
risk is if you wave your arms and scream, you know what they're going to...
They go into attack mode because they're like, I think I have to defend myself against this weirdo.
No. You're a prey. You are a screaming, flailing animal that is a prey.
Huh.
That's how they see you. So what you need to do is you need to be human, not crazy aggressive animal, because if you scream, because other animals besides humans scream.
I love that. I love the idea of being more human with them and identifying yourself calmly. Hey, bear, I know what you're going through, man.
My name is Ethan Miller.
My name's Ethan Miller, and I live in Cottonwood Heights. And I just, but the idea of be human to them. Hey, I know you're going through a lot. Maybe you haven't found food. I just want to tell you that we're thinking about you, man. See, that's what separates us from the animals is being human to people. We're so nice we got to open ourselves up emotionally to the bears. That's how we get them to not attack us.
I think that would work like a charm. And then, but I also thought it was interesting. You wave your arms slowly so that you get big. But if you act frantic, then the bear is going to say, "Oh man, that animal's about to get eaten," which is different from the cougars.
Yeah, but when you say the bears, because actually brown bears and black bears you have to treat differently.
When you're attacked, yes.
Oh,
so
when you're
if you're attacked, then yes. So with a brown
one of them
bear,
you have to play dead. The other one, they're like, if you play dead, they're like, perfect.
Yes.
This is great. This is working out.
If you get attacked by a brown bear or a grizzly bear, which a brown bear is not a brown black bear.
No.
There are brown black bears, but this is a brown bear or a grizzly bear.
Right.
You leave your pack on because it helps protect your back, and you lay on your stomach and play dead. Lay flat on your stomach. Use your hands clasped behind your neck to protect your neck, and spread your legs out so that it's harder for the bear to turn you over. You remain still until the bear leaves. Now, if the attack persists and it's pretty clear that the bear is not gonna let this go, then the National Park Service says fight back vigorously. Use whatever you have at hand to hit the bear in the face. I think that's just like at the last moment. If the bear seems intent on eating you, you may as well fight back.
Intent on eating you.
You may as well fight back, right?
Phrase I didn't think I was going to hear on the radio today, but here we are.
Now, if it's a black bear, you do not play dead. You try to escape to a secure place such as a car or building. If escape is not possible, try to fight back using any object available.
I think the brown bear is not a good climber either, but the black bear will outclimb you 100 to 1. You know what I mean? Like
climbing a tree is not advisable for any bear.
They always say though too, if it's a polar bear interaction, you're actually already dead.
Yeah, polar bear
there's no version of being able to survive.
You may as well fight because it's
So if you're at Hogle Zoo and you find yourself in that encounter, in that polar bear encounter, accidentally, you will not make it. You're not going to make it against a polar bear. That's the PSA. That's the more you know from Ethan and Alex today. I cannot believe how many dadgum tick texts that we got. Off of you mentioning.
But
ticks.
I did get a bear text though.
Yeah, what is it?
This one says, "You try that out and tell me how it goes."
I was gonna say that's exactly right. Like I don't.
This is National Park Service information.
Yeah, but the National Park, and I know that they know more than we do, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'd get into the situation. I would do everything they asked me to do. Or you look and you go, "Are you a brown black bear? Or are you a brown bear?" Like, you would be in such a weird spot to try to figure out what we're actually looking at here. To try to employ these things while it's actually happening, you've actually done a disservice to people because you gave them 5 different things that they have to do with 4 different animals.
Well, the first thing
they're not going to be able to remember any of this.
The first thing to do is catalog the bear. What type are you? What is its
I've identified
genus and species?
I've identified myself bear. I think it could be reciprocated. That would be the polite thing to do.
It is annoying that black bears are not always black, that they can actually be a variety of colors, including brown.
That's why I said a black brown bear or a brown bear.
A brown bear is also a different kind of bear.
See, we've actually done, I want to apologize to the listeners. We've actually done a terrible disservice to the community here. We gave you information that's too far across the board. It's going to be hard to dig down on it, and you're probably going to die from a bear attack now. I apologize.
Unky Ben texted and he said, "Talk slowly," because you got to talk slowly
and quietly.
Hey, bear, think back to your school days. This is what a human looks like. Remember?
I know. Get back to your school days.
You got to let them know. But I just love that was their recommendation from the Park Service. Let them know you're a human and not a prey animal. Prey animals scream. Prey animals flail.
Yes.
Humans talk more calmly, we move more slowly, and that can differentiate you from a prey animal, and I think that's amazing.
How can I be more human looking to this? I'm going to go there. I'm going to go in there, apply for a mortgage with the bear. Obviously, this is a human.
Hey, bear,
what's the most human thing?
My marginal tax rate for 2025, and the bear goes, "Oh, this guy."
Oh, he's human. Obviously,
not a deer.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we'll come back. We have one more segment left in our over-the-air version of the program today here. So we've got just one more thing to get to all the way up to Jeff Kaplan's afternoon news, and we'll carry you through there. We have, on the way back here, a way for you to have a digital device spring cleaning for yourself. Yes, how you can actually get yourself more efficient in your devices, and really just maybe, I don't know, pay attention to the loved ones in your life. Stay right here, KSL Brightside.
This is Nate Orchard from Advanced Window Products. When you live in Utah, your windows do a lot more than let the light in. They protect your home from freezing winters, blazing summers, and everything in between. That's why Advanced Window Products builds every window for your local climate. No middleman, no out-of-state delays, just factory direct quality, custom made for your home. Imagine a quieter home, a warmer home, a cooler home. Our high-efficiency vinyl windows are engineered to lower your energy bills and boost your comfort all year round. And installation is done by our own certified in-house crews, never subcontractors. That's why why Utah homeowners give us 5-star reviews. Right now, take advantage of our anniversary sale. For a limited time, get $2,500 off when you buy 10 or more windows. Call 801-850-9100. That's 801-850-9100. For 40 years, Advanced Window Products has been the name Utah trusts for custom replacement windows and sliding glass doors. Advanced Window Products, built here, installed here, trusted here. Call 801-850-9100 for that $2,500 off, or visit us at advancedwindows.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
Sign up for KSL Text Alerts. Get breaking news and traffic updates by texting the word news to 57500. Want access to exclusive contests? Text contest to 57500. Jazz fans, text the word jazz for breaking jazz updates. And Cougar fans, text BYU to 57500 for the latest on the Cougars. Message and data rates may apply.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My friend Joey loves to use old familiar sayings.
You know what they say?
The problem is,
don't look at a gift horse, cause you can't make them drink.
He gets a lot of them mixed up.
People who live in glass houses,
here it comes,
shouldn't cry over spilt milk.
There are also a lot of sayings in the financial world, like, you'll pay lower taxes in retirement. But for many people, it's just not true. You may have done a great job saving in that 401k or IRA, but Uncle Sam is ready to grab a big portion of that money. The team at Galileo Wealth Management can help with strategies that you can start now to lower your tax bill in the future. More for you and less for Uncle Sam.
Or as they say, an apple a day is worth 2 in the bush.
Get the facts on your tax bill in retirement. Call Galileo Wealth today at 385-247-7000. It's 385-247-7000. Or online at GalileoWealth.com.
And remember, a stitch in time keeps the doctor away. It does, you know.
Hi, it's Greg Skordas, and for years and years, I'd maintained the same weight until I hit 60, and then it started piling on. I don't know why. I could not get that weight to come off. So I contacted Soda, and I said, look, I need to lose between 20 and 30 pounds. They said, sign up, and so I did. There's no pills, there's no injections, it's just food. I have a nutritionist who helps me, and I told her, look, I can't even wear some of the suits I used to wear. Well, after the first week, I lost 8 pounds. After the second week, I'd lost over 10 pounds. I'm starting to be able to put some of my suits on. I'm starting to be able to put my belt on like I hadn't before. I'm back on the bicycle again. I'm getting outside again, and I'm doing the activities that I did when I was 40 years old. Having my wife join me was great because you can join now and your partner joins for free. That's right, 2 people for the price of 1. SodaDietNutrition.com. It's a great program. It's worked for me. It'll work for you. SOTA, as in state of the art. SodaDietNutrition.com. Soda Weight Loss. Join them for a short time to have results that last a lifetime.
Any Hour Services can help unclog any drain in your house, whether you have a backup, a clog, or a slow drain you want fixed. Call Any Hour Services or visit anyhourservices.com.
KSL Brightside with Ethan and Alex. Your lunch hour just got more interesting on KSL News Radio.
All right, welcome back. This is the last segment today of KSL Brightside. Then we pass it off to the afternoon news to get you updated on all the important things and get you home. Right? Get you through the traffic and all that kind of stuff. That's coming up here just around the corner. In the meantime, though, there's a new, I hadn't ever heard of this before. It's called digital spring cleaning. I just assumed it involved your cell phone and a garbage can. It's actually not what it is.
So the computer garbage can. You remember you used to drag things from the home screen over to the garbage? You're like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah,
it's that version of that.
But then you had to empty the trash.
Right. Yeah. Then you had to actually delete the trash from the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To make
and
it
it
actually
had the little
stick.
crumpled paper in it.
Yeah, and then even then, people were like, "Oh, we'll always find what was in your trash. It's fine.
yeah.
We can always go back and look."
Yeah. You never fool the FBI.
Your kids are like, "I threw that away. They'd never find it." Yeah, right. Come on, man.
Anyway, here is a digital spring cleaning checklist. Number 1, you need to go through and free up storage space. So if your phone or laptop is always running out of storage space or running slow, clear that out, man. Go through and just dump apps. I actually did this last year for the first time in several years. I went through and I deleted so many apps, including one of the big ones. You know what I deleted?
Instagram.
Yep.
It was.
I did it.
I said that because you know what's really funny? Well,
what?
She doesn't listen. My wife doesn't listen. Your wife is, well, no, she wasn't even listening. She just wanted to see what you looked like on the stream today. She was just like, get your hair dialed in, dude.
Did he get dressed this morning?
I know. No, my wife she has deleted and then reinstalled Instagram so many freaking times in our marriage where she's like, I'm off of this. It's stupid. It's a waste of my time. I can't do this. And then every once in a while, then she's like, I'm going to go back real quick.
Just for a day.
There's some funny things that I
Just
did
for a
see
day.
on there. And I think a lot of people do that where they have the intention of carving out more time, trying to stay away from the social media stuff, and they'll delete that app, and then they inevitably end up re-downloading again. So the spring cleaning you're talking about might actually not be very effective because people are just going to go right back again.
Now, this next tip, I actually disagree with this. They say declutter your inbox, and I can't think of a dumbest way to spend your time.
All right, hold on. Here's a little practice. Do you have your phone by you?
Yeah.
How many emails do you have unread on your email app?
Unread?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
That red bubble above your email, what does it say?
I'll have to. Oh, I don't have that. I have 1,477 unread emails.
Okay.
Across all inboxes. We got this text 35,385.
Of what?
Unread emails from this.
Okay, I'm right there.
From this person.
Ethan, I'm right there. Look at this. You see the numbers right here. I have 30,000 in my Gmail. And I have 1,200 in my work one.
Well
now
done.
the only reason my work one is only at 1,200 is because they erase them for you when you don't open them after a certain
I
amount
have
of
not
time.
yet opened my KSL email.
I don't. You work here, dude.
I know I do. But
That's
only
why
for the
HR.
last couple of days.
I know, but that's why HR keeps going like, now everybody's completed that task in the harassment thing, except for this one, Ethan Millard. Am I saying that right?
Well, Cheryl keeps sending things to my Gmail account, so I'm like, well, I don't know. Can I keep operating off of Gmail?
You just got Cheryl in so much trouble, dude. I can't believe you just did that. Cheryl just sends everything to the WhatsApp.
Well, that's
to the
what
WhatsApp.
That's what we've been doing for the last month. Is we've gotten all this stuff.
I have 30,000 unread emails, and I at one point I used to keep it all clean, and then I got behind, and you can't ever do it. I don't know how to purge 1 million at a time. I wish I could, but I don't want to select all and erase them because I still want some of the ones that are in there.
So I don't bother decluttering the inbox. You know what I do though, and someone else texted this in. I do unsubscribe from mailing lists. I do that all the time.
I know, but
I'm always unsubscribing.
It is so annoying because I can't keep up with the unsubscribing too. There are so many that
you eventually get on top of it. Next up is an app check. Go through your apps, make sure that you these are real apps that you really use, if you know, and you really need. Update your apps so that everything's running, optimally. That seems like a reasonable option. And then do a social media review. Audit your digital footprint. See how exposed you are, your privacy on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever else you are. Make sure that you limit what those apps can access. People are always surprised at what apps can access on your phones across other apps and other elements of your phone. So make sure you got everything locked down. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with deleting your social media accounts. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, like I said, I think that a lot of people do it with the all intention to be able to make themselves a little bit more efficient, whatever, in their life, and just carve out the stupidity. But the problem is that so many people have found the apps, the social media apps, as it's ironic to me that they've done this, but I do it too. It's a little bit of part of your wind down routine where you kind of do the not the doom scroll at night. You can do the doom scroll during the day. At night, I do the chuckle myself to sleep on the watching the stupid reels kind of thing. My wife and I will sit right next to each other and send reels to each other and be like, "Did you get that thing?
That's a terrible thing to do at night because you're breaking all the rules.
Stop acting like, oh, here comes this guy rolling in with the morality. Oh, stop. You've got to connect with people a little bit more. That's how we connect, Ethan.
Alex, she's your wife.
You've got to talk to her.
You have a beautiful, real human being sitting there next to you, and you're on Instagram.
Well, so she, though. To her credit, so is she.
So what does that say about you?
But like I said, we're both sitting. I know. I'm not that interesting, to be honest. But I will say you're sitting next to each other, and we go, hey, just saying you something. It's pretty funny. Just open it real quick. And then you get offended when they don't open it. Did you not open that thing? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen all day. This was basically it was a Valentine's gift for you, basically, and you didn't open it. You've closed my heart off to you. I can't believe you.
This has become a contest in the text.
Uh-oh.
So this person says they've got 137,055 emails.
I don't even know how your phone boots up in the morning.
This other person says they have 163,700, which means someone out there has 500,000. Someone listening right now has 500,000. If that's you, text us 57500.
No,
I know
not.
you're out there.
If they can't text us because their phone doesn't operate, if they have 500,000, they can't do anything on it.
I want to give you my number one tip for spring cleaning.
What is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Get a password app. That was one of the best things that I did.
The safe lockdown app,
Yep.
password things. Okay.
It's one of the best things I ever did. They create impenetrable passwords for you. And they store them all, so you don't have to. Because I was trapped in that terrible loop where I used the same password all the time. I would just change one or two letters.
Yep, I do the same thing.
It's
I
terrible.
Still do it.
It's terrible. And but get one of those password apps. Just do it, and I'm telling you, it's so much easier. So much easier.
Yeah,
and more secure. It's easier. I was worried that it would be clunky, so I never did it.
Yeah,
it actually is easier to use.
So I get intimidated by the strong password. You know when they go, you want to use a strong password for this? I'm like, no, because I won't remember it. And they're all, no, you don't need to. Your face, we remember your face, and then we remember your password too. And I've never used the strong password like on anything, and I probably should.
How about this confession, Alex?
How many?
You'll appreciate this. No.
Oh.
This person says, I have 176 unopened TikToks from my wife.
Yeah, see?
Now, these guys on thin ice.
No, he's not on thin ice. They're divorced. I mean, he might as well say his ex-wife.
Just tell her you deleted TikTok.
Oh,
just say, you
honey,
sent me TikTok.
Sorry, honey. I've been trying to spend more time with the kids these days. That's what you do. You roll up and go, I'm just trying to get more FaceTime with the kids.
Oh, here it is.
They finally did it.
We got it. My husband has 565,000 unread emails.
What are the services that this person has signed up for to where they're getting this many emails?
The ability to ignore life to that extent is amazing.
Those people.
I mean, we need medical research into this guy. There's got to be something about him that can unlock happiness for the rest of us.
All right. Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon News. Jeff finally brings some credibility back into the studio again. I love this dance every day that Jeff, we hand it off to him just so we can bring some credibility back to the studio. Jeff Kaplan's Afternoon next right here, KSL Brightside, tomorrow.
KSL FM Midvale.
KSL Salt Lake City.
From the KSL Common Spirit Health Studios, this is KSL News Radio.
Utah's news, traffic, and weather station.